Hi, I'm Terracon Director of Safety Jim Wright, and this is our electrical utility locator wand. The same wand used by private and public locators all over the United States. In 2021, Terracon put one of these wands on every one of our drill rigs so our exploration team could scan locations for underground electrical utilities before they began breaking ground. We had some great saves with the wand and identified many electrical utilities that our drill rigs could have hit if our drillers had drilled. So we've now made the commitment that we're going to provide these wands to all operations, all service lines, and perform this wanding in advance of any mechanical groundbreaking operations. So if you're doing a test pit, if you're doing some shallow coring, if you're doing excavations, well abandonments, we're going to continue on with the drilling operations. Any mechanical groundbreaking will wand before we start breaking ground. I want to emphasize that this is not a training video. This is just a video to introduce you to the wand, the expectations that we have about using the wand, and a very brief example of how you use it in the field. I also want to emphasize that using the wand does not make you a professional locator. We still want to call 811 for a public clearance, and we still want to evaluate every project for private utility clearance when necessary. Public and private locators are very successful at finding underground utilities, but people do make mistakes. Over the years, we've had instances where private locators have missed underground utilities because they've forgotten to turn on their wand, because it wasn't properly calibrated, or because they weren't trained in the proper use of their equipment. Again, this wand is your last line of defense to make sure that those underground electrical hazards that are extremely dangerous are identified before we break ground. The wands are really simple to use. You'll go through a training class before you're dispatched with one, but you basically pull the trigger. And in this case, if we're going to do some excavation up here, we've identified there's electrical concerns behind us, and we're going to walk with the wand and scan the area looking for any potential utilities that we might locate. So we've identified that there's something underground, probably coming up from the transformer to the building. We're going to stop work, call the supervisor, and come up with a plan to make sure that we do something about that utility before we begin breaking ground. So please remember, before beginning your excavation, scan with the wand to detect underground electrical utilities prior to excavating. Before you use the wand, make sure you take the TU course, and make sure your supervisor spends a few minutes with you in the yard of your office going out and looking for electrical hazards that might be around so you can practice using the wand. We have several resources that are available for you to review before you use the wand. Our Safe Right procedures on using the Leica wand and on underground utility clearance, the General 21 SRP, are extremely useful, and there's a great flow chart that outlines the steps to take for a complete evaluation of underground utility clearance on your project site. Make sure if you're not familiar with those documents, your supervisor provides them to you before you head out to the project site with the wand. Thanks for your time, thanks for your commitment to IF, and please reach out to anyone on the safety team for questions about underground utility clearance.